everyone, to Ferriphobe Campaign 2, The Lights of Miiva, Episode 43. My name is GM, and I'll be your Semlander, and I have some players.
My name is Zerto, playing Lumi the Sparkly Druid.
My name is Valor, playing Elros the Battlemaster Fighter, and they're screaming children.
Hi, I'm Suda, playing Risha, a rogue who desperately wants to take a bath right now.
Hi, I am Sadie, playing Zari, the giant barbarian.
I am Inter. I'm playing the ultra-fast monk Crier.
I'm Ashes, and I play Eberkeet, the divination wizard.
So last time, you guys went to catch up with Vax, and he tried to strike a deal with you. He offered you payment in response to service. Basically, you do a job for him, and he'd pay you. And due to the creepiness factor, pretty much all of you turned him down, except for Elros, who hasn't had a whole lot of dealing yet with Vax, and Elros took him up on the deal, which he now doesn't remember the terms of, because he was given a teak box that has a dragon mark of death on it, that's big enough probably to hold a human heart, and a new magical sword, which he knows the extent of what it does, but hasn't necessarily told everybody else yet. Everybody else not quite sure about this, especially as the house collapsed in on itself due to extreme age and rot. But putting that behind them, they explored a little more, got close to the one of the smaller openings into the ground, and investigated a little bit after finding a couple more of magical cards. Finding that it is slowly increasing in size, and that it is very deep but not bottomless, as I believe Eberkeet dropped a rock with the light spell cast on it, which she followed into the depths until it hit something at the bottom and then went sideways out of view. Deciding that that we're gonna put a pin in the hole in the ground for now, the party decided to explore around back towards the castle to see if they could discover what the villain, whose name just completely escaped me, may have left behind for information.
Georgie.
Thank you, Georgie. May have left behind for information. And so the party snuck their way fairly successfully back to the castle keep. And just before Risha could show off her very good, very pertinent lockpicking skills, Zari remembered that she had a key from a guard from this exact place, and well, that set of keys did in fact unlock the outer keep door, and then unlock the inner castle door, or outer castle door. Anyway, let you guys in to the administration wing of this building, which seems to be the only real wing left. Exploring around some more, Risha, her nose ever attuned to treasure, found a safe in the floor, and Eberkeet, her nose ever attuned to magical mysteries, found a book. As Risha opened the safe, Eberkeet opened the book, and one of those two things exploded. Eberkeet managed to save the contents of the book, though, taking only, very bad. She ended up very badly burned. Risha, however, dug a bunch of treasure out of a chest, and as you guys were casting Identify to figure out what the things in the treasure chest were, and also, sorting through, much treasure, the floor across the room collapsed and I said this wrong last time, as a hand that is 6 feet in length, not human sized as in the size a human would have, but a hand the size of a human as in like 6 feet long, reached up out of the hole that is one half of the building, pulled some of the rubble out of the way, pulled down on the floor, and the floor, unable to take the weight of whatever this thing pulling down on it was, collapsed, and two people who I have forgotten off the top of my head started sliding in the direction of the hand. And that is where we will pick up.
I was daydreaming all day, but I finally woke up a little bit, and I will rush to one of the people who's sliding down. I will try to help them up.
Okay, I would like from you, because this floor is cantilevered in the direction of the hole. You're gonna need to acrobatics to not lose your footing and join the slide. I think it was Risha and Elros, maybe.
Let me check. Ability check. Sadly.
Yes. Sadly.
And now my D&D. Oh, there we go. 18.
Right, because you have been poisoned.
Yep.
An 18 is good enough that you do not lose your footing. Who are you going for?
Oh, we're down there?
Go for Elros.
I will go
He's
for Elros.
heavy.
All right, so you arrive for Elros, and you have. There's nothing really to grab onto here. You have very fairly grippy. Are you barefoot, or do you have shoes on?
I'm barefoot.
Okay, so your toes are able to be a little grippy, and you grab a hold of Elros. That wasn't a natural one, was it? No, it was the one on the D4. All right, so you grab a hold of something of Elros and stop his slide towards the hand, which is like you see it lift up a little bit and then pull down harder, and the floor tilts more.
I am also going to attempt to dig a dagger into the floor.
I will say that with a 15, you procure a dagger from about your person, and you are able to stop yourself from sliding any further. So you guys are 10 or 15 feet away from the edge of this floor, and with Cryer holding on to Elros and Risha dagger in floor, you guys are no longer sliding in the direction. As the entire opening of this of the front of this, or the ruined part of this building, goes dark as some massive object blocks the entrance. Who here has light? Does anybody have light? Or were you depending on outside light up until now?
I think Iberkeet can cast light.
I mean, I just rely on dark vision. So.
But I never said I cast it on anything.
So
since throwing the rock.
The room is now dark. Then, and we have Elros, Iberkeet, Lumi, and Zari haven't acted yet.
Yep.
Bloomy will grab a rope, make a sizable non-slipping noose, throw the other end of the rope down towards the hole, and go grab on.
Oh, that caught me off guard.
Yes, turning into a bougie.
Got it. So the untied end of the rope is now in the hole, and you as a Vuji have this around your neck.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's a rope dangling, probably between you, Elros, and Lumi and Risha.
I'll try to grab it with a hand.
Well, you've
Zari
acted already.
will-
You've stopped
Zari-
Elros from continuing.
Zari will assist. Will assist. Lumi Vuji
Pulling?
with holding and a casting of guidance
Sure.
for any rolls he might have to make.
Elros will grab the rope,
Uh-huh.
and then since Risha is dangling by a dagger, I'll go ahead and grab the rope with one hand and grab her with the other.
Okay. Give me an athletics check, please. 23. That's plenty. So you grab a hold of the rope, release Cryer's hand now that you're no longer slipping, grab a hold of the rope, and then swing over and grab onto Risha, securing her against your chest. And Lumi, you feel the weight of Elros now being pulled on the end of the rope, as the floor itself has started to just completely fall apart as this giant hand moves away from the floor here. Risha, could I have, and anybody you could see in the dark, can I have a perception check from you? And anybody else with dark vision? Risha, you have your face buried in Elros's fancy cloak. Possibly a mouthful of fur from it. Yeti fur. Elros, what you notice is a wide, long scale is what it looks like. Eclipsing the entire side of this, like, opening in this room. So, like 3 feet wide, entire length, and they're just going up past you. Iberkeet?
Yay. Should I be doing something?
If you want to, otherwise we'll move on.
Okay, actually, I would like to try Dispel Magic on the hand.
The hand has moved past, but go ahead and cast your Dispel Magic.
I mean, I don't know that it's not going to cause more problems.
I'm sure it won't.
Okay. So that's
3rd level.
casting that at 3rd level. So if it's higher than 3rd level, I'm going to have to roll intelligence.
So roll me intelligence, please.
Intelligence, please roll.
And then roll me your
It's-
Arcana for casting a 3rd level spell.
For some reason my ability check's not working, so I'm just going to roll a d20 and it's going to have a +5.
Sure.
So 20.
20. Okay.
So that'll end a level 10 spell, which doesn't exist.
Right. So, and then roll me your Arcana check, please.
Yes, my Arcana.
Oh, that's... Do you have...
I don't know why it rolled twice, but
You rolled a 1.
I did.
That's fun. All right. Several things happen at once. The first thing that happens is that the blockage of the end of the room ends as whatever this enormous thing is becomes, don't take this the wrong way, but smaller, still huge, but smaller. As a pair of feet kick the floor and work their way up over this room. So that's the first thing that happens. The second thing that happens is I get to roll on this table. Yeah, that. So D100. 71. No, that one's already been used. I'm gonna re-roll that.
I was about to say 71 sounded very familiar.
So, Iberkeet, you cast Greater Restoration on yourself and regain all lost hit points.
Oh. I like that.
And you find that... See, you were casting Dispel Magic. All of your... Any magical items that you currently have are suppressed. So I don't know what all magic items you might currently have, but anything that you have that is a magical item is currently mundane.
Okay.
Greater Restoration. I don't know if Greater Restoration cures phobias. Don't think so.
I wouldn't think so.
Reduce target's exhaustion level. End Charmed or Petrified. In one curse, including a curse. Or, okay. So if you were poisoned by the blade of the Irenis, that would be ended. You don't think you're attuned to any cursed items anymore. Mostly it has no effect, I think, just because I don't think you are under the effects of anything that it would affect.
Yeah.
And you guys, slept last night, so you don't have a level of exhaustion either. All right. So, Lumi, you have the weight of your friends kind of choking you. It's not like pulled tight because you made a non-slip knot, but it's also not really like a harness. So it's not exactly comfortable pulling against you.
Nope. But that's when I go meh, clop, 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 clop.
All right, so give me a strength check. You have advantage from an assist. You also have a
D4
guidance.
from guidance.
Yep, D4 from guidance. Strength of I'd be plus 4. Wow, 10. 3, 13.
Thing has a strength score. Draft horse has a strength score of 18. Still rolls a 10.
Oh, I'm not on the rope, by the way.
No, I know. They're not hanging into an abyss. 13 is gonna be good enough to start pulling them up over the edge. And yeah, it's a little bit of time until Elros, you can reach up and hook an arm on to the edge above you and kind of shift you and Risha up over the lip of this destroyed floor. Cryor, you're still hanging.
Well, now it's smaller. Do we have some source of light again?
Oh yeah, you can see.
Yay, finally. I will run back up. Hopefully.
Acrobatics. Well, no, at this point it's athletics because you're basically holding on to the side of the thing and you're climbing. So unless you have a climb speed, or I guess monks have a wall walk ability.
Yes, next level.
Well, do some cool stuff with when you're not quite there by giving me an athletics check, please.
Nat 1.
That's an Arcana check.
Yeah,
Oh, Arcana.
11.
11.
So, Risha, you are being held by Elros. And as Elros pulls you up over the edge, you see Cryor lose his footing on this almost sheer wall face, and he is now slipping down and is hanging by fingernails over the sharp cliff's edge below. Cryor, I feel like you're a fairly cool customer about this. It's not fun being here. And you see a large, well, huge, technically, blue-skinned man kind of leaning over the top of the building, looking down at you. He has a very, like, light, wispy hair that's kind of flowing off the top of his head. And, yeah, he's looking down back over the edge at you. Don't let go. You hear him mutter something to himself. You're probably the only person in position to hear that. Do you speak Giant?
I speak Orc.
That's not Giant, so you don't understand. All right. Lumi, Elros, Cryor have all gone.
Would that sheer face be considered difficult terrain or straight climbing?
Straight climbing.
Doing it anyway.
Oh, hey, spider climb.
Indeed.
Are you willing, Cryor? Oh, range
Depends what
touch.
we're gonna-
You'd have to touch yourself, or you'd have to touch. You have to get to the touch.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the rope back down to him.
Oh, okay. So you spider climb on yourself. All right. So Elros, you with much effort, lift Risha up over the cliff's edge, and then Risha casts a spell and disappears back over the edge. But like, Risha, describe to me what it looks like as you climb back down towards Cryor.
I'm just straight up Spider-Manning this thing and walking like it's normal floor.
Awesome.
Elros fights the urge to trip her.
Be like, and then I look at Cryer and be like, "You're the more athletic one. Why am I saving you?"
I'm not athletic. I'm acrobatic.
Fair. Hands the rope.
I'll take the rope happily.
Lumi's like still pulling, and so you start coming back up over the thing. We can, at this point, I think we have this problem solved, so we can leave turn order.
Oh, I'm gonna pet Lumi.
You almost made me spit out my drink. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Mental note to Samalander: don't drink while Lumi's in goat form.
Fair enough. You guys hear some through multiple floors. You guys hear some very heavy footsteps, moving towards the north, south, west, east, on top of this building.
Maybe we state our invitation here?
I think it's time we go outside.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I wanted to look for. Look for before we left is back in the room with the safe.
Yes.
Is there any paperwork that was like, this is what is in the box?
You did not find any like list of items that were contained within.
Aw, no manifests?
No manifests.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to make a manifest destiny joke?
So someone either already grabbed it without grabbing the box, or yeah, they have piss poor organization here in the keep. So yeah, okay.
Why make a manifest? Makes it that much harder to steal stuff. It is Georgie we're talking.
But this was like supposed to be stuff that apparently like was like full return later or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, back outside to meet the new person.
So you guys are you heading out the door that these footsteps seem to be heading towards, or are you going somewhere else? Okay.
Original way out that we came in.
All right. So you guys head back out the way you came in, which is not very far off from where this person is currently hopping down from the top of the roof. He is huge, as in the size category. Which puts him about 15 feet tall, I want to say. You know, he's almost as wide. He's probably 15 feet tall, 8 or 9 feet shoulder to shoulder. He has fairly nice like light green tunic and pants on. He has a morning star attached to one hip, but is not wearing armor. He has a large bag attached to his other hip. Looks like a money purse or something similar. And yeah, he's got kind of light blue skin, fairly long, flowing hair. And by flowing, I mean it's like watching a cloud move, where it like it's never still. If you stare at it, its shape changes a little bit. It's not really like an afro poofy, but it's just like the hair is moving as if by some unseen wind. And he shouts out something to you in Giant. And does anybody here speak Giant?
Zari speaks Giant.
Thought so.
Hey, Crier. Being seems important to be able to understand. Got any candies left?
So what you hear, Zari, is him say, "Sorry about that. I was heavier than I thought I was."
And Zari, without skipping a beat, but not knowing she's speaking in Giant, just replies, "Oh, that's perfectly fine. It happens all the time."
He looks.
Sorry. I didn't know you had a long lost cousin.
So
What?
he, despite this man's size, his voice is fairly like, high pitched is the wrong. Like you expect a person the size of a building to be like deep bass baritone, like, you know, way down. No, it's fairly like normal human speaking tone. Kind of like if a flute was being played by a gravel. Yeah. He goes, you fall into pits because buildings collapse around you all the time?
No, I misjudge the weight of things that can hold me.
You highly amuse me, small one. Tell me, what is this place?
This is the city known as Haifa in the land known as the Feyan Badlands.
He thinks a little bit. All right, so anybody who's taken a candy can understand him talking.
And Zari talking.
I'll take.
Correct.
We have 21 left before we numb on these, so I think we can just all eat one.
All right. Saves a lot of translation.
21 minus 5. 16.
16. Feyan Badlands. To the far east. Oh, crap. Map. I have forgotten all the names of places on my map because I'm good like that. Well, no, he would be most familiar with so far to the east of the Kartukian Empire.
Do I know that?
History? It's not a very high check.
You leave my Patuki out of this.
Ooh, even with disadvantage, 20.
Oh, jeez. All right. It is so it is on the same continent. So you would be deeply familiar of Kartuk and the Kartukian Empire, and probably like probably with like how it's changed in the past few years. So let's bring up on, I don't think I have this on the thing. So if you guys want to look at the stream for a little bit, if you have it up. So the Kartukian Empire is Kingdom of Kartuk is based on the city of Kartuk because they are very inventive of their naming. When you name it after your royalty, then some things get a lot of names of the same thing. In the basically almost straight west, north, southwest of you guys. It basically spans from the northern waste, basically permafrost up to the north, all along the Iron Range of mountains, down into and now mostly all of the Lakshank Forest, which is an elven forest. It is geographically limited mostly by the Iron Range being hard to put armies through, and ocean to the west of it. And the Lakshank Forest has a bunch of elven rebellion that is like they're always putting down some rebel group or other there, much to the chagrin of the current what do you call a non-royal caretaker of a kingdom that has been conquered by an empire?
Regent.
Thank you. With a 20, you would even know the regent's name. Shoot. I have completely forgotten her name. Holy crap. Sorry, friends. I am forgetting my own lore, which is sad.
This is the dragon we recruited help from, or at least kept from interfering? No.
So,
Magda.
No.
No.
It's not the gold dragon.
So you guys met her in campaign 1. She is a half elf. She was the spy master for Kartuk. And
oh boy, name.
Yeah.
So 2 of you remember who I'm talking about.
Well,
I remember now. I don't know her name.
I am completely... No, that's the new spell master for Kartuk. Anyway, so I can look up her name later and put it in the chat or something. Yes, but the Spymaster of Kartuk is the regent of the Langshag Forest, and she has been trying to put it down for a while now.
Well, I'm not going to tell all of that to our friend, but he wants to know where Kartuk is, I guess.
No, he said that he thought and said that the Feyan Badlands is far to the east of the Kartukian Empire.
Oh yeah.
So
then
he seems familiar.
Confirm it.
Yes. So he goes, not 100% sure how I got here, but this place doesn't seem normal. He says, looking at the dusty sky. Also, I was bigger a moment ago. Do I have you to thank for not being large anymore? He says from his 15-foot towering stance.
I'm ignoring that question, and I take the map with the notes of the runes that were laid on this map.
Mm-hmm.
And I explain, well, some bad people were trying to do a spell of digging, summoning or something like that beneath the city. And that caused all this chaos.
He nods.
And it is currently affecting spells and spellcraft.
Yeah, that's the yeah, what is it? Red brown dust that we see everywhere.
He kind of licks his lips, and takes it a deep breath. Oh yeah, Arisha, was it a mark spell or was it a normal spell? Normal. Okay, well then I gotta roll a D100 then. 42.
You learn the meaning of everything.
So as you guys have come out here and started talking, this kind of green mist that's been following around Risha, it almost looks like bees. She's been like swatting it away. It suddenly goes, whoop, and she turns into a potted plant. At the turn of your next, at the start of your next turn, while a plant, you are incapacitated and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, the pot breaks and your form reverts. So you are a potted plant.
We don't know that extra info.
You don't know that extra info, but
okay.
Risha, like this swarm of glowing bees that Risha had been trying to like ward off up until now, just kind of go into her, and she just transforms into a potted plant.
I am Groot.
It's doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Anyway, the giant licks his lips a little bit, and waves his fingers and disappears from where he's standing, and like comes into existence about 30 feet away. There's this like rush of moist air that like blew past you, and he's now standing behind you, and he needs to, what happens to him? Oh boy. 50. He opens his mouth to talk and bubbles.
Did he fail his Arcana check?
He apparently did.
Yeah.
Oh.
He just pink bubbles start forming out of his mouth every time he opens it up and tries to say something.
Though Lumi will look at the potted plant from whence Risha was previously stationed, and go, boy, this place, and just cast Dispel Magic on the potted plant.
It's less than a 4th level spell, so Risha, you are now no longer a potted plant.
And I was just like, could we grow some herbs? Oh.
I don't think the sun has ever felt so lovely.
21. You're fine. After a few moments, some of the bubbles start bursting, and he goes, and you hear in a giant's voice coming from like above his head. Every time a bubble bursts, you hear a word, and it's like, the magic here tastes weird. Why can't I talk? What are these bubbles? What is going on? Is this some sort of enchantment on this place?
No, there is fine iron dust filling the air, which is causing spells and magical effects to go haywire.
Few moments pass. Well, that is interesting. From somewhere above his head as bubbles burst. Have you figured out a way to collect any of it yet? This is really disconcerting. Oh, wait, I can talk normally now. Oh, thank the gods. Okay. So weird magical effect.
That's actually a good idea. Let's collect some and bring it back to Miiva.
We need some sort of like filtering system, and I don't know how we could do that. We are here as a scouting party from a city to the west known as Miiva. This was originally our home, and we are now located at the city of Miiva.
I don't know where that is.
Where are you from?
I'm from the foothills, at the base, at the Orkland side of the Iron Range. About 2 days journey by me. About 2 days journey by foot to the pass between the Kartukian Empire and the Shepherd's Steppe. There's a village. We have a village there. With a 20, Iberkeet, you remember that the room in the jail that had the anti-magic cell was very thick in a layer of iron dust.
Hey, so that's a lodestone.
He says, so I was walking, and doing my work, or going to my work. Let's see, what time of day would it be there? It'd be evening. Going home from my work. And as I was walking, there was an earthquake, which is not terribly uncommon. But it was a very extensive one, that knocked me off my feet. And when I awoke, I was down in the bottom of a cave somewhere.
History check to see if Lumi will have recognized the steps and Orkland.
Sure.
Possibly to sketch a map in the dust to try and figure out how far away he's from.
Sure, go for it. With a 10, yeah, it's to the west of here. Long ways. Over a mountain range, and then a long ways, most of the way across the continent.
So Lumi has just started sketching what he knows about rough sketches like rivers, mountain range on the Fey and Badlands side, and guesstimating the width of the mountain range, and start sketching out in the steppes in the Orkland steppes side. If the giants
he comes back over because he went there about 30 feet away. He comes back over, see what you're kind of sketching out. And he goes, "Oh no, the shepherd steppe is much larger than that." That's
Lumi will just react to his directions.
He kind of guides you a little bit, and I'm gonna bring the world back up onto the. You get not quite as good as this, but a rough feeling that. So you guys are currently here on this map. Where he's describing is about here on this map. So we're talking thousands of miles.
A month or so to the mountain range, and then a couple more months until we're
about 3 months across the shepherd steppe, not including the amount of time it takes to cross the mountain range itself.
Yeah, and Lumi will just sit on his haunches and just. Place really is big, isn't it?
The world isn't that big. I guess if you're not used to it, it seems a bit bigger. But it's going to be really annoying to get home from here. What kind of... Well, Yes, it's going to be really annoying to get home from here.
I would guess even with your... And he will look up increased size and longer gait. Oof.
No, this is my normal size and my normal gait.
Lumi looks down at his own feet. Yes, increased.
Fair.
Do you know any teleportation circles nearby your home?
There is one at the mouth to the pass, to allow travelers to return easily in and out from that end of the pass. It's relatively recent. I do not know its symbols. I am not a wizard or other arcanist.
I wouldn't trust long-range teleportation in these conditions anyway.
Yeah, not from here, but if you can take him home and maybe we can figure out how to get you home through teleportation or something.
So this Miiva place, is it a large city?
It is smaller than this one.
It is more intact than this one.
Fair.
Currently.
There are two larger cities to the east. Yes, to the east. Ava, and the coastal city of... What is it? Was the coastal city?
Valley. Or Volley.
Volley. Yeah, and Volley on the coast.
He nods.
Volley is the largest city in the region.
I have heard of Volley. How far is it by your reckoning from here to there?
Months?
4 weeks travel.
He nods.
But that's with our, pointing at our legs. With our steps.
At our normal travel speed.
He nods.
Well, your normal travel speed.
So it's some less for me, which is good to know. You have been
Yeah.
very helpful. Thank you for your consideration. And
Well, you don't seem evil, so we're not trying to hurt you.
has that been a problem here?
Yes.
Sadly, yes.
Good to know.
Yes, there have been creatures crawling out of the holes that are not friendly, such as devil women with large large black wings and giant evil toads.
Giant floating eyeballs with many eyeballs on stalks.
So
Believe someone said beholder?
this explains some of what I saw down in the caves.
Writhing masses of mouths?
Yes, there were a few of those down there. I avoided the floating eyeballs as well, or at least tried to. When I saw daylight above me, I decided to climb my way out, and that is what got us in the position of destroying your building. I'm sorry about destroying your building, by the way.
Don't care about the building.
It's not ours.
Fair enough.
The rest of where the holes were, you can, if you're inclined, observe, and Lumi will point at things in the sky.
He nods. All right. What time of day is it? He kind of looks around. Afternoon?
I think it actually would be early to mid-afternoonish.
Which direction is
travel?
east from here? I do not have landmarks.
Lumi will go turn himself, point north, and extend his right arm that way.
Hey, he nods. So afternoon. Good to know. If you don't mind, I shall be on my way to escape. You say there's dangerous things here, and well, if I'm going to work my way home, I think volley might be my best bet. So if you should excuse me, I shall be heading myself out.
We shall be heading to the east gate ourselves.
After collecting some dust, I guess, and yeah, maybe we can travel the first bit a little bit together. I don't know.
Safety in numbers, at least until we are outside the city.
Yep.
Very well then. Lead the way.
So yeah, we go outside the keep and head back up towards the main road that leads to the eastern gate. Yeah.
Okay.
We need to collect some dust first.
And keep a lookout for those cards, because this is the way the sea slugs came.
So, are you guys going back up to the jail, or are you heading out towards the gate?
I'm still trying to figure out how to collect dust.
We are heading up towards the blue, there, and then we're going to head towards the gate.
You're gonna head towards the gate. Okay. Could I have everybody, including your new giant friend, make a perception check, please? Perception is wisdom. Oh, he's got a +7 on a perception. He rolled really terribly. So did Eberkeet.
Meanwhile, I roll meh. I get 23.
I got 16 with disadvantage.
Fair enough. With a 23. Lumi, you notice somebody following you. They are trying to be stealthy in their following, but your eyes catch them enough that they're unable to stay like hidden.
I'll probably position myself to be able to thwack both Risha and Zari's arms and just point straight at the things following thing creature, whatever following us. Like the way, like when you actually want people to know that you've seen them, you just hey, look at that.
Meanwhile, I'm just talking to a new giant friend, taking notes, asking him daily stuff like what you're doing for work and how's your family, and just trying to get as many notes of him as I can.
Okay.
I'm distracted.
Right. So he's fairly distracted as well. He is a
Cloud giant?
well, that too. Trying to think of his job. He is basically like a farm laborer. When his father died, there was a hoard of money that his father had saved up over a lifetime, and so he who has introduced himself now as Dakra, Dahkra, kind of did a little bit of exploring around. He visited the southern continent. He spent some time in Kartuk, kind of a go to see the world sort of thing. Mostly he didn't enjoy it because everything was too small. And wherever he went, instead of seeing the sights, he was the sight. So he couldn't really do much touristy type things because he became the center of attention whenever he went anywhere with people around, and he finds travel relatively like boring, like just the walking, seeing the countryside relatively boring. And so when he returned home, he just kind of decided that he was happy to have gone on the trip, but home life was for him. He has been courting a comely young cloud giant as well, who seems open to his talking, but a little upset that he spent all of his money on travel instead of on her, and so she's playing, not hard to get's the wrong term, but playing like she's being coy, but not the fish. So yeah, while you have this conversation, so Lumi, you said you're gonna basically like point at the person.
I'm maneuvering myself and trying to maneuver Zari and Risha on either side and just turn around and thwack them at the arm and just point. And just draw their attention to it.
Okay. Lumi, what? I'm listening to the nice man's story.
So Zari and Risha, Lumi does this and points, and you see a mop of curly red hair and a sound of somebody going eep and like ducking around a corner. About this time, the candy wears off. And so, as you and the Cloud Giant are walking forward, Cryer, you're suddenly unable to recognize any of his words anymore. And he's just continuing to talk.
I hand him a candy. And I point to the mouth, like, eat it.
He nods, plops this thing that's like
Little tiny.
so like a chia seed sized. He basically licks it off the end of his finger and starts speaking, and now he's speaking very clear Fey, and is like, that's very useful. I wish I had this when I went on my travels.
We should open a candy store.
Yeah, I shouldn't have this before I give, 5 candies we eat each other. I should just give you one. But, sorry. Your story was, what are you talking about?
Right.
As the steps progress to about half a block or more away, I will cough loud.
Oh, well, so when you pointed, you saw a flash of like red curly hair and heard an eep as somebody disappeared around a corner.
Yeah, and as the other steps, the ones of Elros, Ibrikit, Cryer, and the Giant.
Got it.
Passes about half a block away, and Lumi will just go, hold, please.
Well, the Giant stops.
I'll turn around. Like, why do you interrupt our conversation? Oh, there's something wrong?
As half the group has walked off from the other half.
Don't worry, I should be able to catch him.
We're being followed.
I'll have you
Alright,
know,
so we'll
I'm a
swing
very
around.
powerful wizard. I need to make a DGM roll. That. Oh, jeez. Can I get a insight check from everybody, please? Oh, she's terrible at that. With a 30? Risha, you believe her.
That is the absolute maximum I can roll on that.
If that isn't a crit, I don't.
That is absolutely a crit with a 30. All right. So anybody getting higher than a 10 know that she is lying. Elros and Risha, you believe her. With a 15, Zari, you don't believe her, and the voice sounds vaguely familiar. With a 22, Lumi, there's like a name on the tip of your tongue, a member of the Salty Circle. No, sorry, that's not Salty Circle. The
Limes?
No, shoot, brain.
Sea slug?
Sea slugs, member of the sea slugs. And you're like, no, but I know they had a bard. What was her name? With a 30, Iberkeet, this is Zika. She's a bard. She's really convincing if she tries, usually of trying to convince you of something. But apparently she was surprised.
I know you. You're familiar. Don't think you're a wizard, though.
I absolutely am. I can make your hair fall out.
So does old age.
Right, because I'll make you old.
I telepathically remind Cryor of who she is.
Crier, you are reminded.
I'll yell out for her.
We met Barold on the western outskirts. Got any more info on what the bejesus is going on in here?
Yeah. Who's your giant?
Some friend that got accidentally moved here, apparently.
No, we never did ask your name, good sir. I apologize for our rudeness.
No, he did
He
introduce
introduced himself.
Yeah, Dakra. Or Dakra. Yeah, Dahkra. I'm Dakra. How is he suddenly speaking common.
Okay, please come over here and stop yelling so we don't attract, something that isn't friendly.
How do I know you won't murder me?
We're the Lights of Miiva. We're not the limes or
I thought
whatever.
you guys looked familiar, and she comes around the corner and walks towards you, like, nonchalantly.
I'm just head palming at this point.
She is wearing a little fancier outfit than the last time you saw her. So you guys recognize her crystal rapier that she had last time you saw her. The lute, I think she used a lute. Her bardic weapon, which I think was a lute, but I don't have. Yes, lute. Haha. The lute on her back is glowing with a bright light, and it's like glowing like a torch, and playing itself very faintly. And she has a billowing, ever like adjusting cloak on her shoulders that like it's always in motion. Some of you might recognize the cloak of the Montebank, I think it's called.
I thought it was just called a billowing cloak.
I was guessing that too. There is actually a cloak of billowing that just billows.
Oh no, that's the one. Yes, that is what I was thinking of. Sorry. So yeah,
the cloak of Mont Blanc turns you into Nightcrawler.
No, not that one. The one that like gives you epic fan always.
Yeah.
The cloak of billowing.
Yes. So she has a cloak of billowing that is moving very like, it's like framing her perfectly as she moves forward to like give you the best impression of her possible. And she has just a mess of red hair. Looks like it's, like fairly unkempt because she's been maybe in the city for a while. It's hard to tell. And she's just like, oh man, you know how good it is to see friendly faces? I haven't seen anybody but the sea slugs in like weeks now. Hi, giant friend.
Are the
Since
sea
when
slugs
did
not friendly
wizards-
faces?
I mean, have you met Anwir?
I mean,
In passing.
he's nice
yes.
enough. I mean,
She makes a face.
I've met worse people.
Fair.
Like Georgie.
What do you have against Georgie?
Lumi will just stare
Let's
daggers into her eyes and just gesticulate wildly at the city.
Oh, it's her fault?
Shall I count the ways?
Wait a minute. So this is all her fault?
Yes.
Man, I gotta write this down. She says as a notepad like hovers next to her and an ink pen apparates, taps itself into a inkwell. That the inkwell appears, the pen appears above it, dips itself in the inkwell, the inkwell disappears, goes over to this pad and starts writing stuff down. I gotta tell you, this is gonna make an epic play.
That's cool. How do you do that?
Oh, I found this. When there's nobody
Question.
in a city, they let you just take everything.
Question, Zika.
Yes?
What do you know about the Lights of Miiva and the Wooden Lime specifically?
Well, the Wooden Limes were rebels against the city because they did some treason, and then they didn't do some treason. And then you guys were accused of treason, and then the city blew up before you were captured.
Right. And just eye rolls. That's the problem with being good guys being forced to evacuate. No.
I think the most important question here is, though, since when did wizards play lutes?
She is not a wizard, Risha. She is a bard.
She points at Lumi. That.
I play the flute.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
Yes,
it's not a
but you
lute.
don't. But you don't use the flute to cast some magic.
Why not?
because Ibrigid is a wizard.
Wait, since when can we use magical instruments to cast magic?
She
I don't think you can, Risha.
she pulls out her lute and strums a few bars, and Risha,
Wait.
you can now fly. And she needs to make an Arcana check.
God damn it.
What spell fly is like level 2 or 3?
Like
I
that.
think it's second level.
So yeah, she failed that. D1.
It's third.
Third level.
Third.
75.
Okay. Be funny if she had turned into a potted plant.
Wait, you have to play music to cast your spells? I just think it and it happens.
So,
Like this. And I whisper in her ear.
So what happens is, as she is casting, Risha, you can now fly as per the spell. And the the lute changes in sound. Like, a lute is like a like picked like doo sound, right? It changes over to an electric guitar sound as Zika's skin turns into like rock. Man, I love this place. She just finishes off casting her spell. I mean, this is why I wanted to say you as a wizard, because wizards are like super powerful here if you can like control what happens. Risha, do you just let the wild magic happen?
Yeah.
Of course you do, because that's what's happening now. 53. A banana appears on your shoulder for the next minute. While holding the banana in your hand or mouth, you gain a +2 bonus to all saving throws.
Banana.
If you try to peel the banana to eat it, it's just got a smaller banana inside of it. Like peel and all.
Can she use it as a spellcasting focus?
It only lasts for a minute.
Yeah, but
Probably?
cast a spell through a banana?
You guys get to the gate around this time. And Zika's like, you guys didn't camp in the city, did you?
We did.
Oh, shit. And she just books it away from you.
I just
flat run.
I just keep up with her casually
Shit.
and just
shit,
ask.
Shit. Oh, right, monk, fast. Okay.
Why are you so scared now?
You hit. So you guys kind of notice where the, like, when you were walking in, kind of the edge of the city, that, like, the edge of the, like, field, I guess, as you were entering in, where wild magic happens. And so as she's running and you are keeping up with her, you cross that threshold. And how many levels of spell did you have left?
Of the Feyenmark?
All four.
All four.
You explode and take 17 points of its force damage. Would be force damage. And she is blasted off her feet. Does she make that save? How does her reflex? Her reflex is good. She does make the save. She takes half of that. I need to remake her character at the proper level, but she takes half of that. As she dives away, as you explode upon leaving the threshold of the city. That hurt real bad because it was from the inside.
I'll just sit down and catch my breath a little bit until the rest catches up with us, and I'll warn them to stay away from the edge of the field.
So yeah, don't stay the night in the city. Oh, and if you did stay the night in the city, don't leave the city. And if you do leave the city, it hurts real bad. We learned that real early. But you really shouldn't stay the night in the city anymore.
Well, yeah. Fine, but what makes it hurt?
How far away did they get?
They're just like maybe 100 feet ahead of you. Zika is on the ground, like where she was tossed just a little further than where Cryor is. Cryor is like 5 feet outside of the, like, you can almost see the shimmering edge of this field, I guess you'd call it.
Okay, so
Does it have anything to do with the increased power of the mark?
I don't know.
When Cryor left when Cryor exploded, did I notice anything coming from his mark?
He blew up in a flash of light.
Okay.
Like, that was too bright
Yeah.
to see.
I'll just tell to them that it hurt like hell. It's from the inside out. I don't know what happened.
I will experiment. Just
Okay.
manifest a tensor floating disc and walk past the barrier.
All right, so Risha, you Misty Step, and as you cross the threshold, how many levels of spell did you have left?
All 4.
All 4. All right. No, that was 1. So 3 more. Total of 17 damage. Boy, we're rolling real average here. So yeah, 17 damage as the misty form of Risha, as she crosses the threshold, explodes, and then she reappears beyond the threshold and just like falls over smoking.
That hurts. As she giggles maniacally.
Lumi, you cast Tensor's Floating Disc. Your mark stops glowing, and you step through unharmed. And the Tensor's Floating Disc disappears.
Right.
Oh, and you need to make a... No, you cast from your mark. Never mind.
Drain your marks. Whatever spells you think you can do the most powerful of them, and you don't explode.
I'll look at my mark. How does it look?
Dark, normal.
Oh, that was what it is. Okay.
Because you exploded.
Zari Misty steps past the barrier, which uses her final 2 slots of her mark.
You Misty past the threshold and have no further effects. And Zika is like frantically, her pin is like frantically writing down, oh, I gotta tell the others about this. That's so awesome. Maybe we can sleep in the city.
Yeah, sleep in the city. Just if your feels especially powerful, to just drain it before you go outside.
Risha, what did you roll an Arcana for?
The Misty Step.
Oh, well, it needs... Oh, right. Because that was inside the city when you did that.
But it was a mark spell.
No,
right?
it wasn't. That was Zari.
Oh.
Nope, it's a Fey Touch spell.
Oh, so where you were, third level fireball is how many d6?
8, think.
I need Risha, Risha Elros, the giant. Wait, how big of radius? Okay, somebody.
20-foot radius 8d6.
Honestly, everybody needs to make a reflex save. Is it
Fireball is overpowered as F.
I mean, it's roll. Those of you fail. So, Risha, everybody make a reflex save. 32 fire damage. Half of that with a past reflex save. So, Iberkeet takes 32. Lumi takes... What's your spellcasting? What's your save value, Risha?
Spellcasting is charisma with a +3.
So DC 13?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that should be a +7.
Save DC 14 according to the character sheet.
14. All right. So Lumi
11 I
passes. Iberkeet does not. Cryor
Don't.
does not, even with
11.
Yeah.
That's my reflex save.
Risha, you pass your own reflex save. Elros does not. The giant doesn't
might
have any
take
bonuses.
16 damage.
Fails.
Does Cryor have a -7?
He rolled
No, I
wrong.
rolled it wrong. It's +7.
Okay.
Zika has a okay, Zika passed. No, no, the giant failed. Zika passed. So, after the fireball went off, that was very loud and hurt.
I exploded the biggest.
It's not a competition.
Well, if it was, I'd win.
Ow! The giant. Dakra says. Does that happen? Does that happen often in that? Right, because the wild magic. Oh, I gotta get out of here.
The iron in the
Got it right. This is a very bad city.
Did we actually collected some?
No. Not yet. Okay. He kind of pats out the small flames that are on his clothes.
If everybody could gather on the outside of the field using whatever spells they feel they need to, I can try to alleviate some of the hurt, maybe.
Elros, what did you cast to use up your spells?
I used locate object.
Oh, nice. Did you have an object you wanted to locate?
The only thing. Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Locate iron.
Locate iron. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just. I wanted to do a diamond worth 500 GP. Or, you know what I mean.
Right. For like a resurrection, be a
just
opal. Because we talked about that, but yeah. So, there is nothing within 1,000 feet that meets that description.
all right. Well, after I use the spell, I'll just go ahead and walk out.
Okay.
Did that use all 4 of your slots?
That would be
Technically, it would only use 2.
2. You can cast more
Yeah.
than one spell.
Yeah. So use it to locate the cards. See if there's any around.
I will attempt to do so.
Okay. There is one within 1,000 feet of you. It is to the east and a little north. outside
From
of the
here.
city. Yeah,
Okay.
from here, it's to the east and a little north. And with locate object up, you cross the threshold. You cross the threshold, and you find a card, about 300 feet outside of the city. And it is Talons. So, you now hold the Talons card, Valric. Sorry, Elros.
Sweet.
And Zika, seeing you do this, goes, "Oh, hey, that looks familiar." What'd you find? What is that? That looks familiar.
It's just these cards we've been kind of looking for.
I think those.
Do you have one?
No, but Anwir has some. He was real mad about something. Something. Goddamn fucking earthquake. Something. City blew up. Something. Yeah, that's the nicest way I can put what he said. There were some more curse words in there, but I didn't think you guys needed to hear those.
Sure sounds like Anwir. From what little I've met him.
Yeah. When we left the city, we had other stuff on the mind than finding his cards. He cared a little less about losing them after we found his manservant.
Right, is everyone outside the city?
The giant looks down at you all and says, I believe so.
Right, so...
We're doing that
on-
again, right?
Hold on to your horses.
You guys have horses? Not even Vuji?
Deep scowl at Zika as Lumia casts Aura of Vitality.
She just grins. All right. So what's Aura of Vitality do?
Those are the numbers I get and divvy out as healing over a minute.
Okay.
A lot of sevens, it
That's
seems.
really good. All right, divvy them out. Everybody just took 16 or 32 damage. Some people have had more or less damage.
I have a weird question.
Sure.
Because this is the first time I've really got to use this, but it's reading weird for my brain right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this is not working. So as you know, I got the Shield Master feat.
Correct.
It was reading weird to my brain to what I thought it did, but I think I was just wrong to what I thought it did.
Okay.
I thought it was I could take half damage by using the shield. But it
take 30 saving throw. If you succeed, you take no damage. So
Yeah, it gives you evasion and also gives you a +2 to dexterity saves
right.
against effects that target only you, though, for the bonus.
Yeah. So in my brain, I was like, oh yeah, I would take half damage because I had this, and that's why I went to go read it, and now I reread it, and it's like, no, I have to succeed, and then I'll take no damage instead of...
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sorry, my brain was like lagging.
Yeah, so Elros, you like saw the fireball like bead going down, you're like, oh crap, and try to get your shield on, but aren't able to get it up in time to take up to interpose between you and it. So Risha takes the first 7.
No, Risha gets nothing until the very end.
Oh, Risha takes the last 7.
Yo,
Risha gets things if there's any left over.
I think Lumi might be slightly upset with Risha.
this is fair.
Hey, you even tried to avoid that last one. Wait, that was a natural 1.
Yes, it was.
So it has an extra effect. That is bad. Let me think.
Please keep in mind, you start at the start and go along the line. You just please don't jump around because Lumi would just keep giving until you're mostly okay.
Yep.
It's the
Okay.
order of the numbers.
So you take the 7 and 8.
I got the first 2. Then from 11, I'm half tempted to give the Zika 11 and the 6 because someone blew her up.
I'll revert mine. And then the 877 is taken with another 7, so I'll take just the 17. And then it's all gone.
So it doesn't sound like Risha got any healing.
Aw, dang.
Neither did Zari or Elros.
No, Elros got the... Oh, the Eba kid got it. Oh, Elros, you take it then. The 16
Wait,
at least.
How much does that give me?
What was left is 16.
Honestly, between me, Zari, and Risha should probably get it because she doesn't have as big as a health pool as we do.
Risha's being punished.
I'm not bloodied yet.
So,
I'm on the edge.
as Lumi is figuring out this healing magic, working on casting it, you guys have all kind of gathered around him. Dakra looks up and goes, I don't think that's normal. And there is just on the other side of the, basically where Risha was when she cast Misty Step, there is a circle on the ground of fire. Like if you guys have ever seen a dust devil like size thing that's like in a fire that's so hot that it's like kind of creating its own dust devil, and the like flames are circling around the outside of it. There is a circle on the ground that it is made of fire, and the like cobblestones in the center of this are slowly melting, and the like wall like just to the north of the road is starting to singe, and you see a flaming hand punch its way up from the center of this rapidly lavaing circle, and a fire elemental, or a being made of fire, crawls its way out of this, call it a portal, and stares at all of you. And I think we need to go to initiative at this point.
Risha, what did you do?
I made a friend.
It doesn't look very friendly.
Yeah, but it's not a demon, so therefore friend.
All right. Oh, sorry. Let me. Turn order has been cleared. Okay, good.
I'm actually hoping I'm sort of down the range because I've got math to do.
Right. All right, and you guys have taken care of all of your healing because I wanted that to happen first.
No, because people were questioning, so I have to divvy.
Okay. So
Yeah.
figure that out, and then we'll get.
That's
into
the
combat.
math I need to do.
Sorry, Zari, I'm covering up your face.
Come on, I'm gonna reload Roll20 and hope that the initiative stuff or D&D works again.
Okay. For whatever reason, people's initiatives aren't popping into the list.
Yeah, and I did restart Roll20 and it didn't help. So.
Okay, well. Add turn. What did you roll, Iberkeet?
17.
Okay, Iberkeet's a
Oh look, they broke beyond 20 even more.
yeah.
Yeah, or the plugin.
Something super broken. All right.
Yep, can't even roll initiative.
Elros, what did you get?
7.
Risha, what did you get?
A 6!
Zari, let's see, add turn.
16.
Add turn. Cryor, what did you get?
13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing? Lumi.
I did a 13 initiative. And heals up in chat.
Okay. Why do I not... Lumi, can you drag your character onto the map, please? There you are. Thank you. Sorry, what did you get?
1, 3, 13.
All right. Descending. All right.
Is this before or after going over that threshold?
This is after. You guys...
Because I never got to unload my mark spells.
Go ahead and unload your mark spells.
Okay, they're Detect Magic, Detect Poison and Disease, and See Invisibility.
Okay. Detect Magic is blinding.
Yeah, I figured. So I immediately overwrite that with Detect Poison and Disease because they're both concentration.
Detect Poison and Disease. Anybody who has the poisoned condition detects as poison. So,
Me.
Cryor? Anybody else?
No, because me and Cryer were the only ones that got poisoned, and I saved eating a lot of pages from Zari's book.
Got it. So Cryor is poisonous or poisoned.
Poisoned.
And then the third thing?
See Invisibility, which is not concentration and lasts an hour.
All right. There's currently nothing showing up under as being invisible. All right. Well, so here, let's do a little bit of art on the map. Ellipse. Red. So here is a glowing portal of... Oops, not this. Glowing portal of fire. And because it's... Oopsie. Line. Because it is you far enough away. Basically, that is the threshold of the magical area. So left of that is inside of the magical area. Right of that is outside. All right. And Iberkeet, you are up.
Let's see. It's in range of pretty much everything I can do. What thing do I want to do to it? I'm going to... That's divination, right? Yeah, I'm going to upcast a Mind Spike at level 4 on it.
It gets a save.
Yep. Wisdom.
Okay, hold on a second. No, go away. Why does it have two? Okay. No, wrong thing. Ah! Everything is wrong. I wasn't expecting this. No. Okay, sorry. Wisdom saving throw. All right. Wisdom. 12.
Which is less than 16, so it takes 18 psychic damage, and I know its location as long as it's on the same plane of existence while I concentrate.
Okay.
Um,
It is right there.
and since that is a divination spell, I recover a lower level spell slot.
Nice. Motion.
Yeah, that's why I wanted that one so bad. It's a divination attack. Those aren't common.
No. Any movement or bonus actions?
Nope.
All right. Zari, you're up.
Okay, so Zari is going to rage.
Go for it.
Zari needs to get Big Zari.
Big Zari.
And Zari's ponytail is going to become icy and frosty because she is going with cold damage.
Okay, that makes sense.
Probably doesn't do anything, but that's what Zari's logic is.
Sure.
If it's fire, hit it with cold.
Fair enough.
So then let's see. Going to move here.
Yep.
And let's see. Is that within range of... That's within range of my elemental cleaver, so yes, I will be throwing my weapon.
Okay. Does your weapon have returning on it?
Yes, it does.
Awesome. 25 will hit. For 12.
And then plus 6 cold damage. Now, is this adding my... That is... I don't think that is adding... I don't think it has been adding my rage damage, which is...
Would be 3 more.
See.
please. That works.
Yeah, I think it'd be 3 more.
Okay. It's looking winded, as much as a fire elemental can look winded.
And hammer returns and throws again.
Oh, jeez. Go for it. 17 will hit. Minus 13. Because of the extra 3 for rage.
Extra 3 for rage,
Okay.
and elemental cleaver, so 15 total.
Okay. It's looking. How does it's starting to drip bits of fire?
Okay, well, I'm only level 5, level 6 barbarian, so
We'll figure it out for next round.
yeah.
It's a couple points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. You moved a little bit. You have some more motion, and you raged with bonus action, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, 1 to 8 is +2. Okay, so it should have been +2, +3 instead of. So he has 2 more HP than he thought we had.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Lumi, you're up.
Yeah. Big fiery thing.
Big fiery
Yes. Let's start with throwing some frostbite at it.
thing. Okay.
Con 16 save, please.
Okay. Con 16. 13?
No, take 8 cold damage, please.
Okay.
Did it seem to take more damage or just
Just
the?
it affected it normally.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's
Then
it's so hot, like you can see the like ice form and then immediately turn into steam.
yeah. And then we do the stance for starting to fling beads of starlight at things, and Lumi goes all sparkly
Mm-hmm.
and flings a bead of starlight.
Go for it.
God D&D Beyond, why do you break everything?
Right? Right? It's really frustrating. It used to work perfectly.
Yeah, I just need to type out the macro.
Okay.
Please hold.
Holding, please. Holding. Crown 4 for chivalry, stationery, and leavenry. Something
14
in
to
haberdashery.
hit?
14 will hit. $11 damage?
11 radiant damage.
It is hit.
And Lumi will exit the fling starlight stance and just go like stand back upright and just roll eyes at the audacity of the magic.
All right, you gonna move?
Nah.
All right, Cryer, you're up.
Do I recognize it?
Arcana check? No?
It's fire.
It's fire.
I'll move up to it.
Okay.
13 to hit.
Will hit.
That's 8 damage. Magical bludgeoning.
Okay. You take 2 damage in return.
And you can make a confirm. Con save 16, please.
9.
So you failed, so you're stunned.
It is not immune to the stunned condition. One of the few conditions it's not immune to.
Yay, everybody has advantage. So I can roll normally.
Yup. 25 will hit.
25 for 13.
Okay. It is 13. 10 will miss.
And I took 2 damage.
Yes, on the first attack you took 2 damage. On the second attack you took 5 damage. And on the third attack you took 3 damage.
8 more. I say ow and retreat.
Your clothes are smoking.
To hit.
Okay.
Oh, it's stunned. To hit.
Yes. Alright. That fire elemental is stunned. You see as another fire elemental starts crawling up from inside of the hole. And it gets to act. Oh, come on.
Risha!
There we
This
go.
one wasn't my fault this time. I tried.
So it's going to go to the nearest person, which will be Zari. And it will swing at Zari. So... Touch. You got the touch. 14 to hit you, Zari.
Does not hit. Armor class 15.
All right. Multi-attack makes 2 fire touch attacks. 23 to hit you.
That will hit.
Okay. And then take 7 damage, and your clothes light themselves on fire, giving you an additional 3 damage. Or no, that happens later. So your clothes are on fire. And it did 7 damage to you. And that's its turn. Elros, you're up.
All right. I will move. Here. Am I in range of it? It's hard to tell with the squares.
No. Yeah, yes. You are touching an edge. Forgot to give this guy initiative. 8. All right.
Yes, and I will have to edit the sword we got,
Okay.
or the sword, because it's not doing things correctly. Because it's supposed to be a +2, +2. I think. I think it's supposed to.
I don't remember what it was. It's the awakened version.
Yeah, it's supposed to be +2 and then an extra 2d6. Okay. I'll go ahead and swing. And that's a 15 if we're adding the +2.
D20 plus 8, so you normally have a +6 to your attack rolls?
No, the 8 is what I normally have, period. Because 5 plus
okay, so
proficiency
yeah, so
is
it'd be-
8.
Sure, so that would be a 15 to hit. That'll hit.
Alright. So that's 14. And then the extra cold damage.
So 14 and then extra cold damage of Wakened.
It's
2d6.
2d6.
So another 10.
And then I will swing again.
That will hit. For 15.
For 2
And
damage.
another
2
two
cold.
cold.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. So after that happens, the Cloud Giant will get a turn. How long does it take to cast? 10 minutes. Never mind. He will... Okay, so the Cloud Giant will reach into the sack at his side and pull out a rock that is too large to fit into the sack at his side. And he will toss it at the not stunned one. 20 will hit. So doing 28 damage. Holy crap. It's not magical, so it is half of that. 14 damage. As this rock just... Oopsie. Oh, shoot. He had more than 14 hit points. Well, he had like 58 hit points, I think. Good enough. So he throws this rock through this fire elemental, and it lands just beyond it, looking a little melted. Fire elemental was hurt by it for sure. And he goes, I'll toss rocks from here. Risha, you're up.
Yay! New friend-shaped things. I'm gonna
Definitely not friends.
I'm a yeet 2 Eldritch Blasts at the stun one.
Okay. Well, first one will hit for 4 force damage. Second one will also hit. And it poofs out of existence. But I don't want to lose my... So we're just going to go 44. Delete. Zoop. Okay, so the one in the back poofed out of existence.
That's about it.
Okay. By the way, the hole that the fire elemental was standing in looks like a glowing hole into bright, fiery heat. Iberkeet, you're up. Oh, and there's definitely things moving inside of there now that there's no fire elemental standing on top of it.
I want to try using Dispel Magic on the hole.
Go for it.
Alright. I'm casting it at level 13, or at level 3.
Make your intelligence roll, or is it an arcana check?
It's straight intelligence.
Roll your intelligence.
Spellcasting roll.
Yeah, roll your spell casting. $21 will be plenty, as the gate that was opened to the plane of fire winks out of existence, and the fire tornado starts calming down and cooling off.
You mean the creature that's still alive?
Oh no, the creature's still here.
Okay. So that was a tornado or fire.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That had a gate underneath it. Would you like to move or any bonus actions, Iberkeet?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Oh, and this thing doesn't have much of a face, but now it looks worried. Hey, Zari, you're up.
Wing number 1.
Hits.
+12 plus 3, so 15 total.
Oops, no. Sorry. Five. All right.
Good.
Are you adding your big damage onto this?
That's not how
Not how large works?
I'm not enlarging. This is a feature of giant barbarian. It works different than the spell enlarge.
Okay, fair enough. I thought you just being big, you like added a D4 to stuff, but continue.
Nope. That one probably doesn't hit.
12 will miss. Your hammer swings through this thing, but does not actually impact anything. A fire being is ever ephemeral. That's really accurate description, Lumi. The elemental turns more red as the heat of its fire cools, slightly in concern. Yeah, that's super cool. I like that description. Anything else, Zari?
I believe that is it.
All right, Lumi.
Yeah, let's you do the frostbite starbead combo.
Okay.
Seems like a good thing to do.
Con save? 16.
16 con.
22.
Gosh darn it, no damage.
No damage. All right. And your lightning, your light bead. He rolled a 19 on his con save. 21 will hit. 13 radiant damage? Oh my goodness.
18 plus 5 max damage.
Wow. All right. This fire elemental's looking like it's falling apart.
Dull red, probably.
And it's like trying to pull like energy from the tornado of fire behind it, but there's not enough of that tornado of fire left for it to gain any strength thereby. Cryor, your turn.
I step up
Yep.
1 spot.
$11 will miss.
9.
9 will miss. Either one, both will miss. Ooh, a 21. 21 will hit.
8 damage.
All right.
15 for 6. If it hits.
15 also hits. Trying to burn any more key points or not? It's looking very weak.
No, I'm just gonna stand next to Risha and questioning Luke, and that's it.
All right. As it is unable to pull any energy from the hole, it screams in frustration, and it sounds like a forest fire. And then,
I'd like to think Lumi has heard at least one of those and cringes at the sound.
And it will once again swing at Zari. A 20 to hit.
That will hit.
For 10 damage. And then it will swing at Zari once again, a 10 to hit.
That will not hit.
All right, so it misses on the second one. Yeah, that's all its turn. It's not gonna run away because it can't do anything with it. Elros, you're up.
All right, I fixed the sword a little bit.
Yay! 23 is gonna hit. 13 damage plus 6. Elros, please describe to me how your sword kills this fire elemental.
Elrose will stab into it, holding the sword there for a moment as the sword slowly chills and extinguishes the fire.
Nice. There's the sound, the hissing sound of water being poured on a campfire as as this thing like slowly is pulled onto and into Elros's sword as the cold draws it in closer and extinguishes the last of its flame. And the circle of fire behind it self-extinguishes as it cools below the level of the ability to burn rock, and a pool of glassy rock, or sorry, a perfect disc of glassy stone is all that remains of evidence that this was ever here. And the cloud giant looks at you all and goes, "It's not daily, right?"
Oh no, this is just. Oh boy,
This
the
is
iron.
not a good day.
This is the worst day.
Fair
so
enough.
far.
Fair enough. Well, I do believe I need to get out of here. So he looks up at the sky. Well, I guess I can camp tonight. Do you guys have a camp nearby here? And so he goes, "Yeah, we're just this way. Follow me."
I look at my burnt clothes, look up to Risha, and say, "Do you like your prize for winning the barrier contest?"
Yes. You
Does
look like
the
a singed
giant
piece of
react?
toast.
Does the giant react to Zari doing giant things?
Give me an insight check, please.
Can I do an insight check as well? Because just curiosity at disadvantage, even.
Sure, give me a disadvantage, Lumi. With an 18, he's clocked you, Zari. But he hasn't commented on it.
Okay.
With a 16, Lumi, he's definitely paying more attention to Zari than he was before Zari got big.
Understandable.
And Zeke
Did
is
my
like,
clothes? Did my clothes burn away?
"Oh no,
Oh, okay, good.
you were singed."
Probably small.
Oh no, you were
probably
right. We got to your
smoldering.
turn. Your clothes were still on fire at the start of your turn, so you need to, or did you get to a turn? You never got to a turn, so you can go ahead and put yourself out.
Okay.
So
So
you put yourself
my
out.
bandages are slightly singed.
Yes, much like Cryar's clothing. All right, so Zika, ever chipper, pops back up and goes, "Yeah, go ahead and follow me." And she like starts strumming on her lute and singing a walking tune, and you guys find that the burden of walking is lighter than you would have felt. Like it doesn't feel as hard to walk as it once did, and you cover a larger amount of ground than anybody but Cryer is used to. And within about an hour, just before sunset, you guys see the start of a campfire in kind of come up into view. You see the remainder of the oh shoot, sea slugs arrayed around the campfire. Onweir is like berating Berald about something. You're not exactly sure what, because you can't really hear him. Chad is like running up a tree and gathering wood, and running down a tree, and then running across and like gathering up loose grass and coming back and just like zipping around the campfire. Vlamin is like rolling his eyes at whatever Anwir is saying, and because this is near the river, you guys see Lucy washing a like she's got a piece of hardtack in her mouth and another one in her hand, and she is currently like washing it in the river and like rubbing it around, and then eventually she like swaps the pieces. She'll take the one out of her mouth, put the one she's been washing into her mouth. She'll chew on a little bit, but she goes back to washing that. And with that, we will go ahead and end there for the day. So thank you to my players for playing. Thank you for everybody for watching. It has been great having you here. Bye.